All right, so what if I told you that inside every single one of us, there's a literal superhero? I'm talking about a protector of our health, a guardian of our well-being, and they're just waiting to be activated. In this explainer, we're going to dive into the science behind this hero we all carry inside, and you'll see how we, you and me, hold the key to unlocking their true power.
And here he is. Meet Super Gene. This little hero travels all through our bodies, and he's powered by the very code of our DNA. Now, Super Gene isn't just some cute cartoon character. Nope, he's actually a really powerful way to think about our own potential for health. He's this force for good that lives inside ourselves, just waiting for us to give the signal to leap into action.
Okay, so every great story needs a setting, right? A challenge. Well, ours takes place right inside the human body.
So our story kicks off with a child who was born with a hole in their heart. And this isn't just some made-up plot device, you know? This is based on very real conditions. So right away, the stakes are super high. Our internal hero, Super Gen, has a critical mission from the get-go. And here you can see the central conflict laid out perfectly. Over here, we've got our hero, Super Gen, and on the other side, that's Señor Corazón, Mr. Heart. And you can just tell he's in trouble. He's tired, he's sad, he's overworked, he really needs help. This is it. This is our hero's call to action.
Of course, you can't have a hero's journey without some villains, right? And in the world inside our bodies, the villains, well, they're things we might be inviting in every single day without even realizing it.
Okay, first up we have Paracine. He's basically laziness in villain form. He shows up whenever we stop moving. And just look at the impact he has. His presence immediately weakens Super Gen. He's literally trapping our hero. It's such a powerful visual for what a sedentary lifestyle actually does to our body's natural defenses.
And then comes this guy, Tristan. He represents sadness and loneliness. And you know, this is such a critical point because it connects our emotional state directly to our physical health. It's not just in our heads. When the child in the story feels lonely, Tristan appears, and he just adds to the burden on both Mr. Heart and our hero, Super Gen.
Next on the scene is Virulone, who's basically the stand-in for all those nasty viruses and sicknesses. He shows up to make the child sick, and look what happens. Super Gen actually starts to shrink. It's a perfect illustration of how our hero's power is directly tied to our overall health. When we get sick, our inner protector gets weaker. It's that simple.
And just when you think it can't get any worse, the final villain arrives to join the party. Golo Sin, the personification of junk food. And with his arrival, with all that poor nutrition, Super Gene is almost powerless. You've got inactivity, sadness, illness, and a bad diet. It's the perfect storm. But this is the turning point. Right on the brink of disappearing, Super Gen figures it out. He knows exactly what needs to happen. And here's the key, you guys. The solution isn't some magic potion or a quick fix. It's a fundamental change in lifestyle.
Now, this whole storybook battle, it's really just a brilliant metaphor for a very real and honestly, a fascinating field of science. Because this stuff, it's not magic, it's biology. Which, of course, leads us to the big question. We've seen the villains, we've seen their tactics. So how do we fight back? How do we empower our own inner hero?
And the answer, believe it or not, lies in one powerful word. Epigenetics. Okay, so what is that? It's the science that explains how our behaviors and our environment, the things we do, the way we feel, can actually cause changes that affect how our genes work. So think of it like this. Your DNA isn't just a fixed blueprint set in stone. It's more like a massive control panel with thousands and thousands of switches. And these switches, these are your super genes. And things like love, happiness, healthy food, and exercise, well, those are the things that flip the switches to the on position.
So how do we flip those switches? It really boils down to 3 simple but incredibly powerful steps. Step 1, be happy. Cultivate joy and positive environments. Step 2, get exercise. Move your body. And step 3, eat healthy. Fuel yourself with good, nourishing food. That's it.
These are the keys to unlocking your hero's potential.
And the result? It's absolutely profound. By making these simple changes, the child in our story empowers their inner hero. Look, Supergen grows strong again. He defeats the villains, and he actually heals the hole in Mr. Hart's wall. And that is the core message here. We have this incredible capacity to heal ourselves from the inside out.
All right, let's get practical. If healthy food is the fuel for our hero, then what exactly should be on the menu? Let's break down the elixir, the special diet that really powers up Supergen.
First up on the menu, vegetables and starches. And we're talking a whole colorful variety here. Think leafy greens like spinach and those bright orange and yellow veggies like pumpkin and carrots. They're just packed with almost all the vitamins and minerals you need to prevent illness and keep your body's defenses strong.
Okay, next, you're going to want to choose fruits, legumes, and some dairy. These are so fundamental for a healthy diet. You get vitamins, lots of fiber, and of course calcium. Things like whole fruits, lentils, chickpeas, and low-fat dairy, they're all fantastic choices for building strength.
And to round out your hero's plate, you'll want to select some lean meats, whole grains, and healthy fats. Think whole wheat bread, oatmeal. And for fats, the material specifically calls out avocado, which is just amazing for protecting both your heart and your brain. That's a true superfood right there.
So that leaves one big question. What about sugar? You know, the villain Glycine's favorite food? Well, the recommendation here is pretty direct. Avoid it. There are no recommended options. When it comes to added sugar, the best move is just to skip it.
So there it is, the battle for your health. It's not really being fought out there in a doctor's office. It's happening inside you right now. Your own personal supergene is ready for the challenge. They're just waiting for you to flip those switches. So the only question left is, what's your first step going to be to help them succeed?